Good morning folks, how are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. Please consider subscribing. Click subscribe, click the little bell next to it, click all and you'll be notified every time I put a video, which is generally about once a week. Been a bit of a break at the moment because I've been rather busy, but that, you know, about once a week is normal. Any roads, as you will have guessed from the title. 1 year ownership and 12-month review, 12,000 mile review, sorry, of my 2023 KTM 790 Adventure. Now, this particular model was built in the brand new factory in China by CF Moto, or in conjunction with CF Moto. And of course, KTM don't have the greatest history of reliability. And coming from a Chinese factory, everybody assumes it's going to fall apart in a week. Well, I'm a year in and 12,000 miles in and it hasn't yet. So take that as you will. Now, I have heard of other people with new models having problems. I haven't as yet. I've had two minor issues since I bought the bike. I absolutely hate this roundabout. It's so slimy as hell. And the bike seems to slide all over the place. I really hate it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, there are two minor issues with the bike since I bought it. One was a very small oil leak, like a misting of oil over the engine. I initially thought it was a rocker cover gasket. Upon inspection, it turned out to be the rubber seal on the oil filler cap on the engine. Somewhere along the lines, it'd been over tightened and distorted, and it caused a leak. So like a 50p oil seal resolved. The other issue, which is ongoing, my front tyre tends to lose a little bit of pressure now and then, although I have replaced from the original tyres to a more aggressive off-road suitable tyre. Yeah, it still loses a little bit of pressure, and a few weeks ago we had catastrophic failure of pressure, shall we say, where the valve failed, the valve core. Valve core's been replaced. It's just a matter of trying to sort out this minor leak, which I'm pretty certain is down to the beading. Well, I hope so. Either that or it's the tubeless spokes, basically, because these are spoked wheels with tubeless tyres. You have like a rubber seal around the inside of the wheel. Apparently that has been known to fail, so I need to check that at some point. I haven't really had time lately because I've been so busy with other things. Other than that, no issues whatsoever. Now obviously the bike was dealer serviced at what was it, 600 miles or whatever it was, and it was dealer serviced at the 9,000-ish mile mark, whatever it is, the first official service. All done. Next one's due around 18,000 miles. Now I have made quite a number of modifications to my bike. Over the past year I've evolved it more suitable for off-road style riding, I shall call it, more light green lanes and what I'd like to call adventure riding. Mostly gravel tracks, etc. Loads of video on my channel. So I'll do a very quick cut across to my backyard where I'll do a walk around of the modifications, just a quick run through. There are videos on my channel explaining exactly what I've done, where I bought it and how much I paid. So I'll catch you back in a minute. Toodles! Okay folks, quick run through the modifications I've done to the KTM since I bought it a year ago. Over the past year, starting off with a screen. I fitted the shorter R screen of the 790R rather than a taller screen, and a little screen extension. What else have we done? Coming around here, we have the sat-nav mount, proper KTM one, very expensive but adjustable, still expensive. Garmin sat-nav that I bought, that's the actual mounting. It's all wired up through to a switched connector hidden under the bodywork. So obviously ignition on, sat-nav comes on, ignition off, sat-nav goes off. Back a bit further, we have a replacement seat. Instead of two-piece seat, I managed to acquire this Power Sports lowered rally seat, which is supposed to be more comfortable, but it ain't. I just like it because the difference between the front and rear seats is less on this one than it is on the two-piece setup, which makes it better for me for off-roading, and I like the look of the single seat. As you can see, we have the Tusk Traverse panniers that Mrs. Grumps bought me. 8 litres a side, 16 litres in total. They are water resistant, not waterproof, as stated by the manufacturer, but they're ideal for carrying a bit of kit I carry. On the back here, I've removed the rack and the hand guards, grab rails rather, because I don't take pillion. This little bag I had in my shed anyway, like first aid kit and stuff in there, and an enduro recovery strap mounted to the frame, so it's easier to pick the bike up if it goes over, or when it goes over. Also, I've removed the rear foot pegs and fitted these luggage tie down points. Didn't work with these straps, but they're always handy there for bungees, etc. While we're down here, I've replaced the standard cover with a more open one. Makes it much easier for cleaning. Foot peg, well, side stand extension plate rather, so when you put your side stand down on soft ground it's less likely to fall over. Not guaranteed, but less likely. Swing arm bobbins for the paddock stand. Obviously, various camera mounts. Coming around this side, we have the Black Widow aftermarket exhaust and link pipe. I keep the baffle in because without it it's too loud. Also down there you will see I've decasted it with a decat pipe. I baffled the decat pipe because it was too loud without it, without a baffle in there. If you buy one, do buy a decent quality one, not a cheap Chinese one, because the fit is not brilliant otherwise. Obviously another crash bobbin. This is a ABS sensor protector cover. Stop any damage there. We have the brake master cylinder guard, protect the master cylinder obviously, and reservoir guard. On that side, I'm just looking through, obviously another luggage rack tie down. Oh yeah, heat shield, exhaust heat shield, Rhino Walk one to protect you from the bags, stop the bags getting burnt and melted, as it were. Oh, the other thing I did miss on this side, that's your gear position sensor. That's a cover I bought to protect the gear position sensor, purely for safety. That, I think, is it for the modifications I've done. Oh yeah, I took out the rubber inserts from the foot pegs when I first bought it. Even in dry weather with road boots, I found them a bit slippery, so I prefer the open metal version. My choice. There we go folks, that's all the modifications. I believe, yep, can't think. Oh no, I did miss one. Terrible, didn't I? Radiator cover guard, metal radiator guard. Fitted that instead of the horrible plasticky thing that was on there. All for protection when you go off-road. Haven't bothered with engine guards or heavy duty sump guards because I don't really see the need for what I do off-road. You may think otherwise. Same with the hand guards, they work perfectly well for me. If ever they get damaged, then I may consider replacing with something like bag busters, but we'll see what happens in the future. Oh, and tyres. I replaced the original tyres, they wore out after about 7,500 miles. These are Analyst Capra X tyres, 50/50 tyres. Both have done about 5,000 miles, that's the front. The rear, as you can see, is coming due for replacement. And I'm about to put some brake pads in as well. That, I believe, is it in the way of modifications. There we go. Right, I'll send you back to the video. Doodles! Okie dokie, hope you enjoyed that. Moving on. What else have I done with my KTM over the past year? I've commuted to and from work when I've had to. Don't particularly choose to, but sometimes I've had to. Unfortunately at the moment the Brian is off the road, my other bike, my Royal Enfield Himalayan. I got the old 411 model. A few weeks back, bought a new back tyre for him, sent it down the shop to be replaced. It came back. By the time I got round to actually fitting the wheel, I discovered I had a flat tyre. Now this has been, oh nice one mate, try indicating. This has been an ongoing issue for the past 5 or 6 weeks. constant flat tyres, punctures, various issues. I've got 2 different tyre fitters looking at it, experienced tyre fitters at that, and they can't figure it out. I've ordered tube number 5, we've replaced umpteen valve cores, and I've now ordered new rim tape as well. Yesterday I rubbed the wheel down, the insides of the wheel, rubbed it all down with sandpaper and repainted it. We're hoping that with the new rim tape and a new inner tube will hopefully resolve the problem. There we go. So I've had to use the big lad, I call him, for commuting, which he does perfectly well. I've done days out road riding, which he does extremely well. The seat is not very comfortable, be it the original or this modified seat or aftermarket seat I fitted. Neither are particularly comfortable, I will warn you of that. KTMs are not known for their comfortable seats. I did do a trip last year to Land's End and back in a day. Just over 500 mile round trip I think it was. Excuse me. Not a very comfortable experience on this bike, I must admit. Much easier on my old BMW, my 1200R. So one I will not be repeating. Not in a day anyway. You could do good mileage on this bike, you do a few hundred miles a day quite easily. Just remember to stop regularly. And another one doesn't bother to indicate, thank you very much. Nope, no indication at all, well done mate. Yeah, you can do long trips on these bikes. I don't recommend them unless you have lots of breaks or an overnighter somewhere. I have used this bike for, as I say, off-road of sorts. Do check out my channel, you'll see what I'm on about. Oh, we're fogging up again. That's bloody annoying. Sorry about that, folks. I get really annoyed with that camera, it keeps fogging up. Tell you what, let me shut off a minute so I can clear the fog and I'll come back to you in a minute. Toodles! Alrighty, we're recording, yes we are. Good adjustment. Hopefully, won't be so fogged up now. Okay, where was it? Oh yeah, you can do long trips on this bike, you can do off-road to a degree. This is the road focus model, the Adventure. The Adventure R comes with longer travel suspension, high front mudguard, a few more tricks on the rally mode setup. It's basically off-road, more off-road focused. I was happy the road focus model, mainly because I couldn't even touch the floor on the other one. There's my choice. And yeah, you basically do anything you want on this bike. It's got plenty of power. Off the top of my head, from what I can remember, is something like 96 brake horsepower. 70 or 80 newton meters of torque, I honestly can't remember exactly. Go back to one of my original videos on this bike and it'll tell you all about it, or Google it like I do. Yeah, 799cc parallel twin. When I bought it I specified to have a quick shifter, blipper and cruise control fitted. You can have a tech pack, various packs like tech pack etc fitted, one of which is the rally mode pack. In rally mode you have adjustable traction control, adjustable slip control, so you can decide how much your back tyre spins out and slides around and stuff. All stuff that I would never ever use, so I didn't see any point in having them. Yeah, great as for retail to say, oh yeah, I've got all the toys, you know, someone might want to buy it. But to be honest, in my opinion, for the cost involved of adding those bits on, I don't think you'll get the return. Like I say, just my opinion. Yeah, I've had no issues with the bike really. Thoroughly enjoy riding it. Great fun. Does everything I want it to. I bought it predominantly to do some mild green laning, off-roading, call it what you will, which is exactly what I am doing. I quite enjoy doing it on my Himalayan. Unfortunately, Brian being somewhat lacking in power, means to travel the distances I need to travel to get to the lanes I want to do, like up around the Elam Valley area. It was a struggle on the Brian. It takes too long to get there. It's hard work, you know, you're knackered before you even get there. I am not fit, so it really takes it out of me going off-road. And you had a long trip week there and back as well on the Brian. It's not easy. They can do it, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of work. You know, you're up and down the gearbox all the time. It takes a long time to get there. Not my cup of tea. Hence why I bought this one. And I've done exactly what I bought it for. Again, there's lots of videos on my channel of me going off-road, Clairglen Reservoir, golf links, etc. I'm riding it, by the way. So there's not a lot I can say about the bike, really. Any complaints? Yeah, servicing's a little bit expensive because it's a KTM, but hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, like if you buy a BMW or something, you're going to pay the price. As I said before, the seat is extremely uncomfortable, no matter which model or which seat you have, as far as my experience goes. That's it, really. Would I recommend buying one? If this is what you want, yes. If, like me, you plan to do a reasonable amount of road riding and a little light off-roading, green laning, go for the Adventure. If you want to do more off-roading, more green laning, go for the R model. It's got better suspension for off-road. Excuse me, it's got better ground clearance. You get adjustable front suspension and all sorts. Your choice, whatever you want for what your purpose is and what suits your budget is the other thing, of course. I think these are running about 11 grand now on the road, but don't forget you have to add on all your toys on top of that. And as I've said many times in a few of my videos, with KTM, like many other manufacturers, they give you all the toys for the first 1,000 kilometers and then they switch them off. So unless you specify buying the bike with the toys, you lose them, or you have to pay extra to have them re-enabled. Now, is that a con or a sales gimmick? Matter of opinion. I think they do it so you get used to having all the toys on your bike and you can't live without them, therefore you pay for them. Hey, it's a business. Every business is out to make money. They're all much the same. So as I say, in the past year I've not experienced any major reliability issues as yet. I know some people have. I've got no complaints about the bike as such, but minor niggles that bother me. That's more a matter of personal taste, etc. You know, personal thoughts. I'm more than happy with what I've got. Not saying it's for everyone, but I'm happy. There we go, folks. I'm going to call it there. My 12 months, 12,000 mile review of my 2023 KTM 790 Adventure. Apologies for the fogging up camera. Don't know why that is. I've tried everything to cure it and doesn't seem to cure. I'll think of something eventually. Right then, I'm off ski. I'll have to visit my mate. It's a 200 mile round trip today. But why not? Okay, catch you all soon. Don't forget, folks, whatever you're doing, please be safe, ride safe and have fun. And of course, for Mrs. Grumps and for everybody else, toodles!